everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be working on another episode of Deconstructing Disney, and this time we're working on our trip to Walt Disney World in 2016. So once again, this is going to be a two-parter, but we will work on the first 2 days. So first off, I had a couple people let me know about a really awesome printable shop. I think it was like Lily Pad something. I could be wrong, but I'll link it below. Anyways, if you're looking, I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of different printables, but they had like a couple Disney printables and like a Star Wars one, I think. But this particular Disney printable kit was like a pop kit, and it was like so right in my style. I just adored like the bright colors, the rainbows, all of that kind of stuff. So I was like really excited about it. The other one that they have is more of like traditional colors, but yeah, I'll link that below anyways. So if you guys want to check it out, and thank you so much to the couple people who suggested this for me because I really adored it. So before I even started on any of this, of course, I printed off all of the cards. I'm using just the 3x4 cards for these spreads today, but it also did come with 4x6 cards that I may try to use here in the future. But yeah, the majority of the cards are from there. You may still see a couple from In a Creative Bubble, like the magical moments at the top, and also some of just the pattern paper is still from the Buenos Dias collection or just from paper out of my stash. So anyways, yes, this is our trip in 2016, and I just really think of this trip really fondly. I mean, obviously, all of them are great, but this year in particular, I just remember it being a really, really good trip, and we also went to Universal during this trip, which you will see shortly. And that was a really fun kind of new thing that we did. Of course, I'm a Disney person, 100%, and I haven't even been back to Universal since this trip. I've only been twice. But yeah, it was really fun, and going with Will was really fun as well. But yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But so for our first day, we went to the Magic Kingdom, as I'm sure you can tell, but then also we finished off the day at Hollywood Studios. So during this trip in particular, Hollywood Studios was really kind of under construction because they were already prepping for like Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge and all of that even back in 2016. But the Great Movie Ride and all of that was still there. So in my journaling, I do mention that I rode that. So Hollywood Studios, it's never been my go-to park because there's not a lot that I can really ride there. But we did have a great time. We went to Hollywood and Vine for dinner, and it wasn't our absolute favorite once again, but it was still really fun, and the characters were all in their Halloween costumes, which was super cute. And then if you did the package, you could go to Hollywood and Vine for dinner and then get tickets to see Fantasmic, which is like their nighttime kind of water show. So it was all really great. But now that I'm thinking about it, you know, like rereading the journaling and everything, I remembered that I felt really sick that night. So it was really weird. I just started to feel I get motion sickness really easily, but I don't think I had really ridden much. But I wasn't feeling that good, but I toughed it out and we finished our night. And I'm really glad I did, of course. We already had tickets to Fantasmic and all of that. So I'm really glad that we did that. I haven't been again. So I love having those little memories of things that, what if they take the show away? You know, I love that I was able to see it. So I love marking those things off of my Disney list. So the purple picture right there is of Fantasmic. So here I'm just adhering a few pictures. I had a lot of Polaroids from this trip in particular, especially my Instax wide. So that's what the bigger Polaroid is. The other one is, of course, the mini. And in 2016 especially, like every single scrapbooking project I did from that year were filled with Instax wide. So I was like obsessed with that camera during that year. I still love it now, but I took a lot of photos with it. So here's Will in front of the castle, of course. And I don't know why I did this. I just thought it looked kind of cool. I actually am adhering this Polaroid on top of the picture. And I know most people wouldn't do that, but I don't know. It looks like kind of like a a filter or something from Instagram to me. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. And then I just add a little label, and I'm going to write Phantasmic on top of that just so I remember what that is. But my pictures were kind of far away. They're hard to really see what was going on besides just the pretty colors. So it didn't bother me to adhere that picture on top of a picture. And then on this side, I have a couple of Polaroids from our night in Hollywood and Vine, and I do have a picture of the sign. And I'm trying to use up a lot of the tiny word stickers that I have, but honestly, they're kind of hard to use because they're so random, some of the sayings, so I'm just trying to make them work. But for this one, whenever I start looking through, which you'll see here in a moment, one of the stickers said, "What's for dinner?" So I adhered that to the top of the Hollywood and Vine picture. So I thought that that worked out pretty good. So I'm trying to find them a home anywhere that I can. But yeah, you'll see here, these were Mickey and Minnie's costumes. Mickey was like a vampire, I think, like Dracula, and Minnie was a witch. So very cute. It was a lot of fun seeing all of the characters in costume, and I really enjoyed that part of the night. Yeah, a lot of these I do kind of like a doodly border or a little dashed border or whatever around a few of the stickers. I just thought that it kind of made them pop a little bit and made them a little cuter. This one, I accidentally put these two cards in the incorrect order than I wanted, so I'm just going to switch them out. And then that little insert is complete. So then we will move on to the next part of the day, which was, more pictures from the same day, but the next spread. So for this one, I had so many Instack wides. I decided to just put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. I added some pattern paper from the Buenos Dias collection, and I really liked the way that this looked. I was so glad that I actually had a picture of some of the Halloween decorations. I don't know, I haven't been on my game here the past few trips, and I really didn't have a lot, but all of these have been during Halloween time. So I really should have more of the decorations, and I'm definitely going to try to do that, of course, in the future. I always love taking pictures of palm trees because, of course, we don't have those here, so I love palm trees. And then I really didn't have a lot of regular pictures left, but, of course, part of the deconstructing part of this series is I am taking things out of my old albums. So, of course, the Polaroids all came from the old albums, and also that picture from Splash Mountain. So Will is in the very back. So I really love that picture, and I had to include it. It's not the best quality, but it provides a memory, and that's what really matters to me. So here, I loved this card with the exclamation point, but I wanted to jazz it up a little bit. And one of my stamps from Social Paper Plan is this tiny little Mickey ear, and I just love it. So I'm kind of just sectioning off the sides just so I don't get ink anywhere that I don't want it. And I'm just kind of making a polka dot pattern inside of that exclamation point, and I think it's really cute. Also, I have to say, sorry, I'm kind of out of frame. I swear if I try to sit down at all to work on my pages, I end up being totally out of frame. So I'm almost always standing up. But this one, I must have been slacking and sitting down, and you see what happened. So there, unfortunately, when I was doing my journaling, I kind of messed up. And so I just went ahead, pitched that card, and grabbed a new one. And I used some of these little sprinkle enamel dot kind of things as like bullet points, and just talked about a few different things that we did in Hollywood Studios. And we're moving right along. Here was day 2, and we are now in Universal. So like I said, this was the first time that me and Will had gone to Universal together, and the only other time I was there was with my mom in 2010. So everything was pretty new to me. They definitely didn't even have Springfield, where the Simpsons are, in 2010, I don't think. So that was all new. I know I cut out a lot of that Universal Studios part where I did the title card, but it was all out of frame, unfortunately. So I just avoided the pain and kind of cut it out. But yeah, we loved this area. Will had watched The Simpsons a lot as a kid, so he really enjoyed this, and it was so colorful and fun. I really loved it as well. I didn't get a lot of pictures of like Seuss Land, but that's also really cute. And we had a blast on the Cat in the Hat ride. It was like the first ride we did in the morning, and we were like cracking up the whole time. So that was really fun. We were like on it all by ourselves. And of course, E.T., I fell in love with that ride, and I'm kicking myself that I don't have any pictures from that area. I mean, what was I thinking? But that just is an excuse to go back, and I'll definitely get more pictures next time. But all of these photos are basically from Springfield, where the Simpsons were. You can see that we met them in one of the little Polaroids. I got, of course, one of the Lard Lad donuts and enjoyed that. Me and Will split that and ate it throughout the day. And I loved that this Disney kit had the donuts as well, and they make a little hidden Mickey. And even though this is Universal, of course, I had to make sure that I showcased that, but it was perfect for my donut photos. I also love any thought bubbles. I'm really into like thought bubble cards and stuff. So I did a quick little dash line and also dated the top. It just says October 2016. And then I'm just adding a few little tiny words. I love the way those look. I definitely need to get some new ones because, like I said, these are kind of, the choices are not that great. So I just had to make do with what I had. And then I found these kind of enamel dots. I think they might be from Pebbles or someone like that. They're not your typical like shiny enamel dots. They're more like a matte finish, but they're really cute, and I added a few around. And then you can see I have my original journaling there that I'm kind of taking bits and pieces of, and I add journaling there into that top card. Here it looks like I'm out of staples, so I'm just going to fill that back up really quick and then keep it moving. But yeah, I also love the current mood card. I wish I could remember the exact website. Sorry about that. But like I said, I'll link it below, and definitely check these out. I think they were $9 for the printables, but you got like a ton of cards, and it's pretty cool. They give them to you in both vertical and horizontal, like a landscape and portrait way. So like obviously I want mine to go in this direction, but if you did have different types of page protectors, they do give you a lot of options, which is pretty cool for all of these cards. So you get them like double, and you can print them either way that you want. So then I decided to just add a little bit more journaling around the donuts, which I thought was cute. And then of course I chose the super happy face, and I just did a little dashed border around that one too, just to give it a little something else. And I think here at the end, I used these little half circle stickers that I had just to cover up. That card actually had a peace sign on it, so I'm just kind of covering up the sides. And then I wanted to bring in the same alpha stickers from the Universal Studios on the title card, so I'm just writing yum, and then that will complete this spread. And then we have one other spread that we're going to do today, and it is mostly of the Wizarding World. So of course I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I started reading the Harry Potter books when I was in like 6th grade, and so, big fan. And I loved going to the Wizarding World. It's just so immersive and just really cool if you're into Harry Potter. Of course, I can't ride like any of the rides. I just get like extreme motion sickness. And I mean, I get car sick and stuff like, more than I should. And I keep Dramamine like on me all the time. So, definitely rides like thrill rides and stuff. A lot of times I just can't even try them because they'll just make me feel sick the rest of the day. But Will loved all of these rides. He loves a little more of a thrill ride, and Universal's pretty cool because they have a lot of single riders, so he can like avoid a lot of the wait time, which is neat. But I did have a couple cards from older In a Creative Bubble sets, I think, like the actual ones that are Harry Potter themed, like the Witchcraft and Wizardry and the Potterhead are just old ones that I already had printed. And then I think it was from that latest Studio Calico printable haul that I just did. They had some lightning bolt cards. So I thought, well, these are perfect, for Harry Potter. So I added those in as well. And of course I have pictures of Butterbeer and a couple Polaroids of me, by the Hogwarts Express and inside like Honeydukes and stuff. And just a lot of pictures of some of the beautiful scenery that is around. I mean, the buildings and stuff are just so amazing. And really just being able to drink butterbeer and people watch is one of my favorite things to do while I was there. So that was super awesome. And Will loved the Dueling Dragons ride. He rode that like at least twice, and I couldn't believe it because your feet dangle on it. And I just thought that was like such a big deal, that your feet are free. That just freaked me out. But yeah, he loved it. And he rode the Escape from Gringotts, the one there in the second 3x4 photo with the dragon and all of that. So very cool. But we had a blast this day. And I definitely wish I would have gotten some other pictures of some other areas. But the Wizarding World was obviously where we spent a lot of our time. So I love documenting that here on my journaling card as well. I had a lot to talk about. We rode the Hogwarts Express, which takes you between the two sides of the park from Universal Studios to Isle of Adventure. And so if you do both passes, you get to ride on the Hogwarts Express, and it is so cool. It's like you're really on like a train, and there's a lot of like 3D imagery in the windows and stuff, so it really seems like you're on the Hogwarts Express, and it's just too cool. So loved that. I also found a lightning bolt sticker, so I thought I would throw that on here as well. And I'm just once again adding in a little bit of journaling. And then I think I just have mostly my title left. So over here, I cut out a lot of it as well because I tried a few different ways to add this title, but I end up doing it really similarly to the previous Universal Studios title, where I kind of wrap it around like circularly around the image in the middle of the card. So I'm just writing a Wizarding World, and yeah, getting that on here. And then that's pretty much all I do. And I will note that you won't see it until I do the up close pictures, but the lightning bolt off camera, I do a little stamping inside of it just with one of my roller stamps that says like yes, yes, yes over and over, because I just thought it was a little plain. And also I found a sticker that said nope, and I add that right above the dragon photo there, which I thought was cute. And then here I'm just going to show you quickly everything that we worked on today. And just like that, the first half of 2016 is done. So I hope that you enjoyed this, guys. Please give me a like and please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll be back at you soon with another video. Thanks. Bye.